Hear me when I tell you this. There is more to Catholic life than a fiery speech over a smoldering hot microphone. God doesn't always want us to call down fire from heaven, although that's really fun. God often speaks to us in whispers, in the quiet, in the deep. That's where he draws us. It's almost a paradox. Also a paradox is God trains us through suffering. He forges us in fire. And that's what this video is about. It's a little bit more reflective, a little deeper, a little quieter than you're used to getting from me, but I really want you to check it out. It's going to teach you something that's going to bring you closer to holiness. Check it. Do you want the greatest of what God has to offer you? I'm telling you now, you better be ready to suffer. The road to holiness, the road to sainthood, is necessarily difficult. Why does the Lord let us get to these moments in our path that are just so desperate? And we just don't understand, Lord, why are you so far behind me? Don't worry, T, I'm behind you. But you're real far behind me. You're real far. Or at least it seems that way. Why? Why does the Lord let us get to that point? Because the Lord wants us to get the hell up and keep going. And damn, that hurts. I'm telling you from experience, it hurts like a son of a bitch. He wants us to get up. Not that he needs to see it, but he needs us to see ourselves do that, to suffer our way through that, to know that we did it because he's behind us, to know that we did it because he wasn't far behind us. He was right on top of us. He needs us to go through that suffering of the stretch and the reach of something that son of a bitch just keeps moving out of your reach. Just when you think you've just about got it, it just slips half an inch out of your reach, so you stretch and you reach some more. And my God, your fingers are hurting. Your wrist is hurting. Your hand is hurting. Your shoulder is hurting. Everything is hurting. Lord, you have to pitch in because I can't reach that far. And the Lord says, I know you can't, but I'm going to make it work. Maybe I'll never let you reach what you're reaching for, but your effort, that's what I'm going to make work. Not the achievement, the effort. And Lord have mercy, if the Lord gave us a handbook explicitly telling us how to learn that lesson, we would never learn it. We would never, ever learn it. How do we have to learn that? The damn hard way, boy. The damn hard way. Because we are that fallen, we are that wretched, we are that stupid. If you want the great things that the Lord can offer you, deep holiness, heroism. You want to be a hero of the church? A hero in the history of the church? Well, that's laudable. As long as it's not prideful, that's laudable. Do you want the greatest of what God has to offer you? I'm telling you now, you better be ready to suffer a hell of a lot. Because our imaginations outpace our realities. One day I prayed, God, I thought I was being so clever. I think it was clever, but I got tired of praying for this virtue and that virtue. I felt like a rat chasing his tail. And finally I said, Lord, I'm not praying for any of the virtues anymore except for this one. Grant me the virtue of magnanimity. That one I want. That one I want. Because that one will encompass all the others. Grant me the virtue of magnanimity. Well, let me tell you, that's a big virtue. And there's a heavy price to pay for it. Because Tim Haynes is so far from magnanimity. You have no idea. Maybe not as far as I think, but pretty far. And so, to get there, I have to reach and I have to stretch and I have to almost and I have to fail. And almost a little closer and fail again. So that God can make something of the effort. But it takes a lot of suffering. You understand? If you want the great things that God can offer you, you have to ask yourself, are you really prepared to suffer that much for it? If you ask for the big things that God has to offer you, you better get more disciplined in your prayer life. If you're going to ask for the big things that God has to offer, I'm telling you, God is going to answer that prayer. Oh, God, is God going to answer that prayer? If you want those big things God has to offer you, okay, better humble up, stay prayed up, and get linked up with a couple of, they don't even have to be powerhouse saints, just good saints. saints that speak to you. But just know what you're getting into when you ask God for the great things, because I can tell you this from experience. I am so unworthy of the great things that I ask God for. Do you know why I know that? Because as I reach for them, I see how far away I am from them. And I ask anyway. I ask anyway. I still pray for the virtue of magnanimity. I want to be a magnanimous person. Maybe I never will be. Maybe I never will be. But it's the effort that God will make something out of. And the effort brings pain and trial and hardship. And pain and trial and hardship can bring failure or it can bring glory. That all depends on you. Mind what you pray for and pray for it well. All right, let me take a quick break here.